Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Life After 50. It's a new channel I started here. Just wanted to give everybody an insight of what it's like to, of course, being over 50 and also being retired. I was lucky I was able to retire early. I recommend it for everyone to retire early, unless you're at a job that you really love and it doesn't even seem like work for you. Then, that's a different story. I don't blame you for staying. It's like my dermatologist that told me, he's like in his 70s, and I told him, well, when are you going to retire? He goes, retire? He goes, this gives me a reason to get up every day. He goes, I love being here. And so, in those situations, totally understandable. If it's something you really enjoy and it doesn't seem like work to you, then why not? But you also got to live your life a little bit. And that's not all about work, work, work. But I retired early at 55 after about 37 years of working. I was in the military 4 years. I worked for the airlines, and then my previous job that lasted there about 18 years. But it takes a toll on you, especially when you work nights. But thank God, I always dealt with these companies that they had good benefits, retirement benefits, health benefits, and stuff like that. But it wasn't the type of job that, especially my last one, it wasn't the type of job that I really loved. And it was just something you were doing because you had to do it. You had to survive. It was good pay, good benefits. So, and I saw like the light at the end of the tunnel with this type of job. So I said, so I man up and did what I had to do. But the second I was able to retire, I retired. So I've been retired now about a year and a half. I love it. At first, when you first retire, the shock, doesn't hit you like the first few days or whatever. After about 2 weeks, you because at first you think you're like on vacation, and it's great. You wake up whenever you want. You take the time. One thing about retirement is now everything is slow motion. It's like you don't have to be somewhere. You don't have to do try to get as much done every single day because you got to be back to work in 2 days. Or a day or whatever. How many days is it? Now it's like I wake up. I get up. I take out my dog. I come back. I put the news on. I drink some coffee. Take my time while I'm drinking coffee. And then I decide what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. Start making my breakfast. So everything is like in slow motion. Then I decide, okay, what am I gonna do today? And every day I always try to do something. That's very important when you retire, guys. Is once you retire, first thing I did was join a gym. I always stayed pretty healthy. I tried to stay pretty healthy, but I joined the gym right away, and I go religiously about 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I work out my whole body. I'm not, I don't work out to get big. I just work out to stay healthy. That's it. And of course, working out, of course, you're going to gain some muscle, whatever. But I don't work out now. They're all, pushing it and, all these supplements. I just take regular, normal vitamins, multivitamins, and stuff like that. But you definitely have to stay healthy. If you have some activities that you like to do, motorcycle riding, bike riding, even just walking, get to know your neighborhood, your neighbors as you're walking around. Of course, depending on your live, city life, and, especially at night or whatever, you have to be careful out there. I live in a nice suburb, and neighbors have been great. That's another good thing. With my neighbors, I usually hang out with them about once or twice a week, and we just hang out by the garage, shoot the breeze, and we'll drink some beer, listen to music, or watch some videos on YouTube on car stuff. We all love cars or motorcycles. And also, when you retire, for those of you that are married, sometimes that can be a little bit difficult for some people. Especially if you have a spouse that's home. A lot of times your spouse is not used to you being home. And I've heard it from, from a couple of people that once they retired, they were like miserable because now they had to deal with their spouse. And it wasn't, it's one thing that you don't see each other for a bunch of hours, then you see each other for a little bit towards the evening or a little bit in the morning. Okay, that's no big deal. You go to sleep. You don't have to deal so much with each other. But when you're there every day for all day with each other, now it's a different story. Now is when you really start to realize, is this for me or what? But me myself, I'm divorced. I have a girlfriend, and everything's been great. Everything's been good. I'm very happy. She's wonderful, and but definitely stay active. Like I said, even if it's just walking, anything. Definitely stay active. After about a year and a half or so, I started getting a little antsy, so I got myself a part-time job working with dogs, taking care of dogs and whatnot, and it's great. It's been great. Keeps my time. The schedule is awesome. I only work about 4 hours a day, so it's great. I love it. And but you definitely, the year and a half that I was off, I enjoyed every minute of it. Traveling, retirement. A lot of people think that, oh, you retire. That's how is it that Jordan Peterson says it's not margaritas and pina coladas all day. It's not. Of course you enjoy it and stuff. You take your trips here and there, but traveling is expensive. You take one weekend, and if I go out to, I live out in South Florida. Let's say I go out one weekend out to the west coast of Florida, just for the weekend, it's gonna cost me, between hotels are expensive. Between hotel, eating, it's gonna cost me, close to $1,000, anywhere from $700 to $1,000, easy. And you can't be blowing that every weekend or every other weekend or stuff like that. So you gotta have planned trips, especially in this economy now. The inflation is so crazy in this economy. Also, for you young guys out there that are still working and working towards early retirement, make sure you are as debt free as possible by the time you get to your retirement age. Because that takes off so much stress that in case any emergencies happen, like for myself at the time, I was married when I got retired and got divorced not soon after. And, that would have been a big hit if I wasn't ready for it. But, I did what I had to do, and thank God everything worked out great. Everything worked out great. And I'm very happy. Just wishing you guys a happy career in your jobs. Always plan ahead. Maintain a good relationship with your spouses, and work for that goal at the end. We only live once, and we don't know how much we live. I've seen guys at my previous jobs where, we had guys in their 70s and they're still working, and I'm like, bro, what are you waiting for? No, I got to get the full retirement, or I got to do this, you know, how much if when you finally do retire, how much you got left, and just physically, you're not gonna be able to do anything physically. They could barely get themselves into work. So you definitely got to think about all that. Everybody is different. Every individual is different. But I wish you guys the best. I'm gonna be posting a lot of other stuff. Daily routines of being retired. Things you should think about, things you should do, your eating habits, stuff like that. So I hope you guys join my channel and stay tuned for more videos. I appreciate you guys taking the time to look at my video. Take care, guys.